Mississippi. Hermeneuticals. Well, get out.
It's your boy.
Jeffrey.
What up, you guys?
Well.
I just done gave it all out in hand, Lord.
It's your boy Jeffrey, aka Mr. Lockdown, aka Mr. Mississippi boy himself. And to my lovely left is...
I was locked down, but Jack, baby, I'm so...
It's our time.
You right. Our time to go to bed. You sure right. Jack, you finna take up the bed, youngster.
Hey, let's get you right
Let's
into
go.
it. My wife...
Oh, Lord, what's in my eye? Oh, I got something in the eyeball. I don't know what it is, but I get it out on the way.
Probably a big line lash.
A lot.
One thing that I have noticed over the last 4 years, and a shit ton of research, is in this nation that we call home, not a single thing will ever be done to rectify an act until somebody gets offended. Once somebody gets offended and they are publicly outburst with it, countless groups are made. Laws are put in place. Support groups are put in place to rectify the fact that they will never be offended again. Well, up until this point, I do believe that the down-home country folk, the old backwoods rednecks, we've been pretty quiet about what offends us. But in the hope that maybe if we express ourselves, then maybe something will be done about what offends us, I do believe it is time that we break our silence and we start expressing what offends us. So here we go. I'm going to give y'all a couple things that offends me. One thing that offends me is that mediocrity is now the norm in America.
Right.
It is no longer...
Come on, Zach.
Mediocrity?
Put a smile on my face.
One thing that offends me is that mediocrity is now the norm in America. It is no longer socially acceptable to coach your kids. They want to know why kids can't handle a job once they get out of school. It's because they were never coached.
Come on now.
If a coach grabs a kid by the shoulder pads now, yells at him, trying to bring out his absolute best, that coach is in danger of losing his job because somebody's going to be offended that that was their child. Do you know how many grains of snuff that I've had spit into my eye and stuff from my coaches yelling at me? I didn't die. It's not a bad deal. It's called searching for greatness, not mediocrity.
Tell them about it, Zach. I'm listening. We preach it every day.
Every day. To our kids.
Yes.
There ain't no sobbing, ain't no sitting back.
Now, hold on. We do allow them to express themselves.
Yep.
In whatever way that they're...
Long as they are, yeah, there you go. There you go.
Respectfully. We give them that opportunity because we have a 21-year-old and we have a soon-to-be 18-year-old. So we do allow them that space, but respectfully.
And they supposed to play football, but we the type of parents, you don't bring the grades.
You ain't made nothing at the house.
Exactly. So ain't no.
It's not
no
a
football.
bad deal. It's called searching for greatness, not mediocrity. Not only that, I am offended at the fact that our men and women of this nation no longer feel safe in public letting our loved ones go to the restroom because we don't know if somebody who is biologically not the same sex as them is going to follow them into the bathroom because they decided to identify as a strawberry Pop-Tart today.
I'm so messed up in my life right now.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm sorry for stealing that one.
Hashtag strawberry Pop-Tart.
To follow them into the bathroom because they decided to identify as a strawberry Pop-Tart today or whatever they decided to identify as. I get your life is your life, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't offend us. But we didn't say anything about that. The straw that really broke the camel's back on what offends the down-home country people is the fact of what just happened. And I think you all know what I'm talking about. Complete incompetence and negligence have led to 13 deaths of our military men and women. Keep in mind.
Yeah.
Amen.
We're gonna go. We're gonna move right along.
We're gonna move right along on that.
Right on.
But I'm gonna let you go back to it. But we're gonna move right along.
Competence and negligence have led to 13 deaths of our military men and women. Keep in mind now that these aren't grown ass people. Okay, one of them was over 30. The rest of them were in their 20s.
Facts.
Now, I understand that there's been 2,448 deaths in the war of Afghanistan since it has started in 2001. Yes, I've done my research.
Come on with it in.
Okay. Those deaths were acts of war. The 13 soldiers that we lost was because of sheer incompetence, sheer neglect. And to add insult to injury, our commander-in-chief decided that it was more important to check his watch while our men and women of uniforms' bodies were being rolled past them.
It could be a two side to the story. We're gonna let Zach go on.
There wasn't no two sides to the story.
No, I'm saying, but where I can't comment because I never did see it.
Oh, she was at work.
And nevertheless, you never know a person's thought either.
But
so
checking
it's opinion.
Okay, all right.
It's opinion.
Okay.
We're going on opinions.
Bodies were being rolled past them. Then to sit there in attention and at least give them the honor that they deserve.
Facts.
Well, my inbox fills up every day with all these hardcore left people, and they're entitled to their opinion. But one of the most common messages that I get is that I will never make a difference. It doesn't matter what I do, they're running the country, I should just mind my own. Well, I was brought up in a different world.
Oh, what hellified world was that person brought in? You're not American. If I'm supposed to put Americans don't put their head down. Americans don't turn their backs.
I'm just so as I said before, I'm so politicked out I'm just sick of left and right, up and down, north and south. I'm sick of y'all. I'm sick of it. I'm sick and tired of sick and tired. I mean,
when are we gonna get it right? When are we gonna get this right?
I'm so glad I love you.
If you don't like America and you want to stick your head down and say I'm gonna be a statistic or a number, then leave. We're not holding you here. Mississippi is definitely not gonna hold you. Y'all can call us backwood, bum rush, whatever you want. But I dare you to step into a yard of a Mississippian and do this here. Because once you cross that ditch, lights out. Smile for the camera. Ain't no law gonna help you.
I should just mind my own. Well, I was brought up in a different world, I reckon. Because in my eyes, a war is never over until the last soldier quits fighting. And the good Lord blessed me with the strength to get out of bed this morning, so I have decided to continue my fight. Now, with the amount of backlash that our government is getting because of the acts of the 13 soldiers being killed, they are going to have to try to save some face if they have any chance at all, which I don't think they do, any chance at all of being reelected. So I got to thinking about it. I said, what could they possibly do to try to save any kind of face from this horrible act that has gone on? Light bulb.
Hold on, let me think. Let me think right quick. The only way they can save themselves from being reelected, they got to turn this on somebody. They got to throw somebody up under the bus. That's the only way. They got to throw somebody literally up under the bus.
I'm so sick of it.
Come on, Zach.
They're going to try to make sure that them soldiers' names are never forgotten. Here's my thought on the whole ordeal. And you notice I'm not yelling. I'm not cussing a whole bunch. Here's my thought on it. If they want to erect a monument in these soldiers' hometowns, in order to make sure that these soldiers are never forgotten, it doesn't need to come from them because it's nothing more than an apology. It needs to come from the American people who truly, truly feel the hurt that these families feel as a sure sign of honor. So I got to thinking, what can my little podunk ass do in order to make sure...
Wait a minute.
I was with you till you did that. No, Zach, you ain't gonna put yourself down. I ain't gonna no, you a Mississippian, bro. No. All of us stand together. We ain't no division. We may be on the east side, west side, you know what I'm saying, as they say, but you cross Mississippi, they don't want none. They don't want none. I'm telling you, we may be at each other's throat, but when you cross Mississippi, you don't want none. I promise you.
That these men and women of uniform are remembered for all eternity, because our commander-in-chief's name is going to be remembered for all eternity. I don't think it's going to be remembered for a bunch of, but it's going to be remembered for all eternity. What might not be remembered is the 13 soldiers that were killed in cold blood because of pure incompetence. So I came up with an idea. Well, one of the messages that I have read in my little inbox is that my little I own a little podunk ass backwoods outdoor company. It's called Bass, Bucks, and Birds. It's right there on my hat and on my shirt. Okay? What they don't understand is my little podunk ass company has fed thousands of veterans with the help of you people in about the last 3 months. Not only that, but we bought thousands, and I do mean thousands of Christmas presents for children who are battling cancer during the Christmas holidays, and made sure that they had a reason to want to wake up the next morning.
See, now that right there is what this channel, this platform is striving to be.
Right.
You can say what you want, but when Mississippi people care,
we have hearts.
We got more hearts than anybody in the world.
We just don't like to be stepped on
and talked about
and put down. Like we're the last thing when you think about the state. I hear a lot of shows make fun of Mississippi. As
we ain't gonna even go there because that dude right there, he lost my respect.
I wasn't just talking about that young man there, but yeah, we feel what you're talking about, Zach. Cause we right there.
I do believe that I'm making a difference, but I'm calling on everybody out there who has any kind of hurt in their heart at all right now, because I'm fitting to make a big sacrifice, but I cannot do this alone. I have the hometowns and the names of all 13 of these fallen soldiers. With my little podunk ass backwoods company, with the help of my whole Zach Nation out there, I am donating enough proceeds from my mystery subscription boxes, which ain't nothing but hats and shirts and you get third items and stuff like that. I'm donating the proceeds until we build a monument in each one of these soldiers' hometowns, to make sure that their name is never, ever forgotten. I refuse to let an apology come from the government to these families and think that it's rectified. I refuse to let that happen. I will not stop with my little podunk ass company until those monuments are erected in those soldiers' hometowns. I'm going to make sure if his name lives on, their name lives on. They will never be forgotten. If you can find it in your heart to buy one of my mystery boxes, I can guarantee you, and I'm going to be on site for them, I will oversee the entire erection of these monuments to make sure our men and women in uniform did not die in vain. If you can find it in your heart to buy one of these boxes, keep in mind that when you rep this brand, this little podunk ass Bass, Bucks, and Birds brand, when you rep that brand, it stands for something. Because I have no problem at all owning a company that represents the old ways.
Right.
And honor and pride and patriotism. I have no problem being associated or owning a company that supports that. I see my hats all over the nation. When I travel, they're everywhere. When I see them and they come up and shake my hand, my first thing, and you can check this with anybody who's ever met me, is thank you for repping the brand, because this little podunk ass brand stands for something. It stands for the people who wake up in the morning, put them boots on, take it to work just so they have enough money to get to the hunting camp on Saturday and go out in the deer woods. Yeah.
I don't go out in the deer woods.
But we know what you're saying.
But we understand. And they'll start calling us house, but I ain't going to go with the last.
We might be backwoods. We might not wear suit and ties every day. But I can tell you this. We ain't forgot about what's important. If you want to contribute to this cause, I'm going to leave the link to the mystery box in the description. Now, if you're one of these people who you're not real computer savvy, I'm going to put our customer service hotline in the description. The phone number. You give them a call, they'll get you taken care of. But I'm not going to stop. I'm still going to do my veterans. I'm still going to do my kids. I'm taking the hit here on making sure that these veterans that are no longer with us are never forgotten. I'll take the hit. If you want to contribute, click that link. If you can't get the link to work, call that number. Let's make this happen. I refuse to be beat to the punch by them people who are responsible for this act sitting up there in Washington right now. You ever been so mad and so absolutely demoralized that you can't even get mad? That's where I'm at right now.
Woo.
It's officially time to step up to the plate. It's our time. I love all y'all, and for all my people out there that's repping the Triple B brand already, it stands for something. If anybody tells you any different, they ain't on your team. I love y'all. Let's make this happen. Shit.
I'm gonna leave that right there.
He had to give it to us in it.
Triple B brand.
Shout out to
Big
our
shout out.
boy.
Hey, we just started our YouTube channel. Been a year, almost 9 months now.
Yeah.
And one day we will get a chance to meet Zach.
Yeah. Hopefully we get a chance to partnership with him.
That would be such an honor. That would be such a honor.
Yeah.
People, y'all don't understand. Mississippi people are like this. You don't mess with Mississippi. We'll fight amongst ourselves. But if you come from out of town and talk about this, that, and the third about Mississippi, white, black, the people that grew up here, was born here, was raised in this mud, they would die for this mud. I ain't telling you nothing that far-fetched. Yes, we do have little racism here. We still have some of the old ways. But I'm telling you from my objective, you can fly any flag you want in Mississippi. If you come from out of this state, chopping your gums at the wrong time, this whole Mississippi will beat your butt back across the state line with absolutely no prejudice. That go for hand color, and clout, coat, whatever you want to call it. Am. We're going to bag up Zach Rush. It's going to take me a week and a half to do it because I ain't big as Zach, but I'm going to buy one of them boxes. We're going to buy one of them boxes. Period.
Yeah.
And if y'all want to buy one, go to the link of this video. It's going to be in the link of the video down below. Go into Zach Russian. Go to his bio of that video right there and do what he just said.
Right.
That's all you got to do. Because there's nowhere in the world 13 people probably been died. Veterans probably been died.
Young veterans.
Yeah.
That are the same age as our son.
And then left 800 billion worth of weaponry over there.
Well, we
had to replace.
We can go on and talk about, but as much as we talk about, we got to be about. So if you feel the same hurt that Zach feels in this video, like Mega said, go down in the description and show your side. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about it, but we got to be about it.
Exactly.
So we got to support the cause. If you're down for the cause, go ahead on and support the cause. You might have to make a sacrifice, but it always come back to you. And we want to thank each of you who is going to be placed on your heart to do so. On behalf of MLD family, just show honor.
That's it.
We're not picking sides. These are children that we lost.
That fought for your freedom to do what you want to do.
Yeah. So, like we always say, thanks, Zach. One up, one down. Mississippi on lockdown, as always.